Hello and welcome to another preview of tonight's action from Doncaster. It'll be shown live on Racing Post Ground TV. We'll try and find you a couple of winners. It's not the greatest card in the world by any means. It kicks off at the 6:09 with race 1, an A2 grade event. And I've just got a small bet here. Track 1, there you are now. Now, she ran all right last week. She's a fairly good breaker generally. Barnside Taylor, next door neighbour in Trap 2, isn't, so should get plenty of room into the turn. And I just thought that there you are now. A bit unlucky. I'm hoping that we can get a Sunday best break here, get to the front and stay there. I thought that Tullamarine My Way in Track 4 ran okay last week. Didn't quite go round the first bend brilliantly fast, but certainly did stay on, and I would be a bit worried if this one took a perler. Crying Old Kevin, another one that will be running on in the old in the latter stages, but just a small bet Track 1 in the first race. The second race, race 2, I thought was a tough enough race. I made this really, really competitive around about a 7-2 the field race. Billy's Ditch is stepping up in trip. I thought that Sharpest Genie ran okay on debut in Trap 2. Bannerkill Tip is stepping back up in trip. A bit of a short run of mind. Tommy Zelina, I don't think is running at the top of his game. He was a decent dog probably 3-4 months ago, but he's had his issues obviously, and he was probably one I wanted to take on in this race. But all in all, no bet in race 2. The third race, my old pal Kid You Not on the inside's got a pretty decent makeup here from the red jacket. Trap 2, Jack's Bandita will move off a true line, not much of a greyhound either. Fahi Queen could be the one to also maybe have a little bit of a dabble on in Trap 3. Can smash the boxes, did charge the traps and missed the kick completely last week. Penny's Rascal will need a lot of luck from this berth. Eden Honey continues to run all right. Winnie the Blue switched to Trap 6 last time. I don't think that actually is going to suit her now. I've come to the conclusion that she probably does want to be drawn in 4 and will be cutting the bend. So she missed the kick. So if she doesn't get a superb break and clear the field immediately, I think she's going to be in a world of pain. So Kid You Not, he is a bit of a kidder. He's a bit of a chasey type, but I think he can get a good break here, claim the inside running rail and get prominent. And Fahi Queen again. And around about 4-1 and 11-2, 6-1, I thought there was a fair bit of value there. 6:58 now. I keep saying I'm waiting for Ragtime Lenny to get Track 1, and he has got it here. The only thing I'm concerned about, despite we've got a decent makeup, is the fact that he's gone up in weight. We put him up when he made his debut here. He's won at A2 and an A3 at Central Park. He switched here, but his weight was completely different. It was about a 29.8, 29.6, and now he's up to 31.2. So I will be keeping an eye on the weights. I can't leave him unbacked anyway, and I have put him up as a bet. But I think probably more likely a dog that's in a rich vein of form for Sean Parker is Head It on Lenny. Now, she's been banging the bars down. She might just get a little bit tap for toe from half into the third, but she stays all right. So if she is still in front of the third bench, she will be hard to reel in. Free Inside continues to run well. That one does stay on. Had 102 races. So quite exposed across. It's been poor recently, just gone off the ball somewhat, but would be dangerous if springing back to life. But I was 1-3 there in the fourth race. Race 5, really, really tough race. A bit of early speed from Kennel Mates, from Sean Parker's range, Barnfield Orchid in 2, and Parkgate Champ in 3. Funny Margaret ran all right last week, but she's a smash breaker more than anything else. I don't think she'll clear the inside pair. And all in all, it was a tough race to work out, and I passed it by. In the 6th race, I've gone with Track 1 Magical Jimmy. I don't think he's an ideal Track 1 dog because I think he runs off a little bit on the turn. But if he gets any kind of start here, there's not masses of early in the race. I think he can claim the rails. And I think if he's on his own, he might just find his way around the first 2 bends and blow into the third turn, set up an unassailable lead. He is a little bit vulnerable in the closing stages, so we do need to get him to get a decent break and lead him, and then that is his only route to winning. Anna Blake is a good ally for that, though, because a normally fairly good trap of the two, but moves off somewhat. That'll impinge on the chances of Turlough Queen, although that one will move off a little bit as well. I thought 3 and 4 were actually drawn the wrong way round. 4 Kilbarry Tig has got a bit of early, relies on a bit of a break to show it mind, and he is a bit of a thinker, but I'll probably just save mistake just in case he goes wallop and clears immediately. So a little bit of play race, 1 on top of 4 there in race 6. Race 7 is a lowly V7. There's been a bit of money for Blue Tick Pearl. Now, I thought she was very, very limited when I first saw her, but she did put up a bit of a better effort last time. She got stopped at the second bend. Coming out of the second bend, more nearer the half, actually. But she ran on well. Moving Streams of sort of similar credentials, a strong running sort. Crucial Lily will probably lead down the middle, but not literally not walking coming home. Paddy Sparks quite unexposed in trap 5. He could be interesting. Fancy a Flutters going through the motions. And Pyman's Master in trap 4 quite limited. So all in all, it was tricky enough, and I ended up no bet. 8.17. I have got a fairly confident. It's probably about the best bet on the card. Trap 6 Luna Jet. You know, we've been following her quite a lot in recent times, and she has been obliging. She's got a good makeup here, drawn in trap 6. I think she'll lead. She's beat Eden Bolt a couple of runs back. Break of Day Ebony may be some kind of squeeze if trapping and getting into the contest. Thought Jamara Gift ran okay last time out in trap 2. Afton Asia will need luck in running. So all in all, it was a pretty straightforward bet on the leadability factor for trap 6 Luna Jet around about a 2-1 mark. I thought that was fair enough because I made her much shorter. Onto the sprints then, race 9. Penny's Venture's the interesting runner. It's a big lump of a dog for Jimmy Gaskin, 40 kilos, but he's not quite been doing it lately. He's been a bit on and off the card, and he hasn't run for 27 days. You know, you'd think that Jimmy had probably got him right, but he was fairly moderate last time out, and he has got a tendency to miss his break. That kind of left me a little bit with a chance for Rocco Ladd, who I thought showed improved form last time out. For missed break, flew to the bend, and then got shuffled back on the and squeezed up on the run in. I just thought he might have a chance to improve if he got a decent start there. And I'm just going to save on the debutant in track 4, Ridge Del Tiny, because she's got good form against Midas Pauline, who would have every chance in this sort of contest. I thought Polo Marco had it all to do, and Racket All Vicky as well. They could just tangle on the run to the turn. So I'm going to bet too small and just save on the debutant in 4. The next race, Knockout and Power, was a bit disappointing for us. I thought we were going to win last week. We got mugged in the closing stages by Roisin's Lily. Sugar Biscuit will keep falling for this one, but she's been woeful last 2. Very slow breaks. I can't do it anymore. So I actually made a fairly big price here, and I've been making a really short lately. I just think the VSAs are just really costing a din. She's not even showing any speed now. The runners might be 5 Canturk Sport and 6 Jamara Rover, but all in all, too many runners, too tricky, and it was a sort of 3 the field, 7-2 the race, field race. So I passed that one by. Race 11, another sprint, tough enough. I couldn't really come to too many conclusions. I kept looking whether Midtown Indy, who won a poor D4, could do the same here, or whether Money here Last could clear, walk away Demi this time. In the end, couldn't decide, and so lined the race. And in the last, the 12th, again, tough enough race. I was trying to fancy Meet Mayhem on the downgrade here, but I don't know whether she's running that well. So again, I came up with no bet. Let's have a look at the selections that we have got them and get them up on the screen. And they're the bets then, right the way through 6.09 to the 8.38. Happy punting.